Hi everyone, welcome to the new session, and in this session we are going to talk about the importance of toString method. Firstly, we need to know that this method belongs to the object class, and it really helps us to know or to get the text representation of the object. Let's try to understand what do I mean by the text representation of the object. So in front of you can see there is a class which I have created. That the name of the class is string demo, and followed to it we have the main method. Within the main method, what I have done is I have instantiated the class, the string demo class, followed with printing the same reference variable. So this is the whole idea, to demonstrate whenever we try to print the reference or the object, so what will be the output. So let's try to understand. Click on run this program as a Java application. After running or after executing the program, here you can see that like we have something, the fully qualified name of the class, that is the package name along with the name of the class, followed with the symbol and some numbers, alphanumeric numbers. That is nothing but it is the hexadecimal representation of the object hash code. This thing came because we till now we haven't implemented the we haven't implemented, or we have not overridden the default behavior of the toString. Rather, what we have done is we have gone with the default method, we have not overridden it. So let's try to do it, let's try to achieve the same in this example. So I will try to modify the same example here by showing you what will happen if we try to override the toString method. So here I can have a class employee, and within this class we can have something called as string name, int age. Then we can have some constructor, and within this constructor what we can have is here we can have string name and int age. This dot name equals to name. Let's not worry about the this operator. I will explain you in the upcoming sessions. So till now we have a constructor, and here what we'll do is here we'll override the toString method. So what you can do is, for bit faster way, just click on source, and in the source you can see generate toString method, and in the toString method I need name and age both. So now id will help us to override the same method, and what I'm trying to do is I'm just returning. So this toString method, what it does is like it returns the default behavior. So here you can see this toString method returns a string representation of the object. So in this our program, or in this example, I have overridden it. So previously I have shown you, if you don't override then you will get something like this, but if you override then what will be the output. Let's try to understand. So here I will change employee equals to new employee, and within this employee let's give some values, like let it be Manoj and let it be age like 30, and let's try to print this. Now run this application as a Java application, and here you can see the output. So now instead of that text representation, now we have got the actual representation, the actual value of the object. So let's wrap it very quickly. In the previous example I have not overridden, rather I went with the default behavior of the toString. And in the next example, or in the next example, I have shown you the other way. If you override the toString method, then you can return the actual representation of the object, and within this object you can see I have the name and age, and I have tried to return the employee and the name of the employee along with the age, and this was the output which you saw recently. So thanks everyone. If you have any query, just put it in the comments. Thanks.